make the next few months of your journey to U Ottawa a lot more smoother. So we've got some key people in the faculty that will be here to just give an overview of our faculty. I'll go through some of the frequently asked questions that you asked in the RSVP form. And then we had a lot of questions around immigration and study permits and around housing. So we've got representatives from both of these places to talk about their services. We're going to be sharing a lot of information. We won't be able to go into the nitty gritties of some of your questions, but the key thing will be giving you the resources to reach out to. And if at any point you have any issues finding these resources or getting at these answers, you'll just don't hesitate to reach out to my team and we'll put you in contact with the great resources. So we're going to go through various slides with key information. And I wanted to just start off with the leader of our faculty, the one that drives our passion in terms of our programs and our graduate studies, our dean of the faculty, Dean Barham, is here with us today to just say a little welcome word.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, my name is Vicki Barham. I'm the Dean of the Faculty of Social Science. And like Terry, I am so excited to know that you are going to be joining us in September. I've been an international student myself. I remember all of the excitement, but as you know, as you can probably see from the color of my hair, it was quite a while ago, and we didn't have internet practically at that time. And so it was very scary to be setting off halfway around the world with no access to housing, no understanding of how I was going to move money or any of these other things. So at least today, it's a lot easier for us to support you in your journey here. And just to say, this faculty is an amazing place to study. We have really fantastic faculty. You'll have a wonderfully dynamic peer group. And we're extraordinarily proud of the success of our international graduate students, both while they are in our programs and, of course, after they finish. I believe that, your studies here will allow you to pursue the sort of career path that you are dreaming of. So welcome to the Faculty of Social Science.
Thank you, Dean Barham. And also with us today is our Vice Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Frion. Sylvia, if you'd like to say a few words as well.
Yes, thank you, Terry. And like Vicki, I've been an international student as well, so I know. And even if my hair is not gray, it's, magic. It's been a while. But I think, the University of Ottawa, the Faculty of Social Science, we're very proud of what we're being able to offer academically, in terms of academics, but also in terms of social life. And I'm glad that you'll be looking at some slides today about, Ottawa and what we can offer. And also, I think here in Ottawa, you have a good mixture of culture and nature, but more profoundly in terms of your academic work, you've shown your interest in our faculty. Some of you have accepted our offers. I hope that today we'll be able to get to the questions you have. You have questions about admissions, immigration, housing, what the city is like and all that. So very, very thankful to Terry and the team to be able to offer you all this information. So welcome to this session, and we're there to help you navigate all the information you need about this very exciting journey.
Thank you, Vice Dean Fligo. So we're fortunate to work with so many incredible people. Like I mentioned earlier, we're going to have one of the immigration consultants from the international office speak. We have someone from housing here to speak as well. Also in the background, we have some great people here to support you as well. We have representatives from almost every single unit. They're going to be a key contact for you in terms of your transition here in the fall. I've got members from my team here to answer some of the basic administrative questions in terms of the admissions and the next steps for conditions. But I want to take a quick minute or two to look at some of the frequently asked questions that we got just from the RSVP, or we've been noticing through emails as well. So let's see if my PowerPoint's going to cooperate. So a lot of students have been asking about tuition fees. So the tuition fees, rest assured they're not due until September. So you do have plenty of time to figure out the payment mechanisms here at the University of Ottawa. A lot of students will wait till they get into Canada and they come up with their own banking system. So you have until September to pay the tuition fees. A lot of students are wondering how much will the tuition fees be. So we right now have a tool, and it'll be in the links that we'll send you in the email with the follow-up emails, to estimate your tuition fees. So we've got some master's students here. We have some PhD students. The fees vary depending on the different programs. So it's important to do a basic estimate of the fees. Right now, we still only have the current fees of 2024, 2025. In the upcoming months, we'll have the next year's fees. They have been relatively stable the last few years, but we'll have the updated fees soon. That's a key thing for students in terms of the decision making. So the tuition fee estimate will also figure out some of the ancillary fees, like the health insurance for the international students that the international immigration consultant will talk about, and some of the other ancillary fees. So this tool is really a good starting point to get a ballpark figure of some of the costs for the upcoming years. We've been receiving a lot of questions around how to make payments, especially for the deposits. So there's the Convera bank-to-bank transfer. There's also the CIBC International Student Payment Service. We do recognize that this doesn't function for every country that we have students coming from. So there's other methods of payments that students can do, and we'll be providing you that link. And if ever you're having issues, we can put you in contact with financial services to try to figure out how to address your particular situation. So there's a lot of various ways, but the most frequent ones are the Convera one and the CIBC International Student Payment one. Also, we've been getting a lot of questions, kind of addressed it earlier, in terms of having to pay your whole tuition fees for the year or just by semester. We do work by semester, so you just have to pay your fall tuition fees at the onset. Then in the January, you'll pay your winter tuition fees, and then in the spring, you'll pay your spring tuition fees. The same methods of payments apply to those as well. There used to be some students who'd have to pay for the full year for accelerated study permits, but that has kind of moved out of existence, and usually most of our students will pay per semester. So that was a frequently asked questions that we want to address. We got a lot of questions about admission conditions. So when you receive your offer, in some instances, it will indicate you'll need to provide an official proof of your transcript, your final transcript, or you need to provide an official proof of your diploma. So keep in mind, these admission conditions will not block your first registration. So your fall registration will not be blocked by these conditions. So the key for these things is to validate you've actually completed your degree. So a lot of our students are finishing up their final semesters currently, or they'll be finishing it up in the spring. So what we ask is, once all your grades are submitted for your courses and all your credits are complete for your program, is to get a transcript from your registrar directly that says official, and just you can scan and upload it similarly to what you've uploaded it for the evaluation period. A lot of students have courses in progress, or they had an unofficial transcript that they downloaded from the web. So just to validate the final records, we do ask for an official transcript from the registrar that you can upload yourself, just a scan of it. Same thing for the diploma. We need to make sure that you've completed your previous studies, whether it be a bachelor, a license, a diploma, depending on which country you're coming from. We just need proof that it's been completed, and you can just upload it. It'll automatically satisfy the condition, but there is a review period for a final verification. So if ever there's a problem with the scan, sometimes people upload the wrong picture and they accidentally upload a picture of their cats. I am in love with cats. I do enjoy cats, so I don't mind the cat pictures, but we might have to reinitialize the degree and ask you for the official documents. So if you're having any difficulties whatsoever, our email address is scsgrad@uottawa.ca. scsgrad@uottawa.ca. We're very responsive to our emails, and it's our pleasure to assist you with any of your questions that you may have. So other questions that we've been getting is, when will we be doing registration? So we've been just waiting for the finalized date. So anybody who's received an offer or who've accepted an offer should be getting a campaign shortly that gives them all of the important next steps. So the registration for graduate students won't occur until June 19th, 2025. So it starts at 8 a.m. So you've got a bit of time to start planning. Around the month of late April, early May, you'll start seeing the schedules for next year courses. So you'll have time, and your units will be in contact closer to that time with more details about which courses to register in your first year. An associated question that we typically get with that is, when will I get a U Ottawa email address? It's once you've completed your first course registration, within 24 or 48 hours, it creates your U Ottawa account, email account. So it does take a bit of time. It will be after your first registration to a course. The other most popular question we've been getting lately is the ever-changing field of study permits and immigration. So as of this year, this is the first year that any students who are applying for a study permit does require a provincial attestation letter from the province. So rest assured, the University of Ottawa and our faculty does have a sufficient amount of letters for the applications that we've been receiving this year. So we are able to provide a provincial attestation letter to students who have been admitted to our programs. The key things, and these are established from the Ministry of Ontario in terms of the criteria for giving out these letters, is new this year is we do require a deposit. So there is $1,000 deposit that will be required in order for the letter to be issued. So after you've accepted your offer and after you've paid your $1,000 deposit, a provincial attestation letter will be issued to you. So you'll receive it digitally. We receive a copy as well. So it is something that's important. This is something that is new for us, but we had the experience at the undergrad level that we have had an efficient process in distributing these. There is a lot of questions from students in terms of, I've paid my deposit, how come I haven't received my letters? Depending on the type of payments you've made and the institutions that you've used, it can take up to 14 days for the letters to transfer. So as soon as the payment is received by U Ottawa, we send approximately 2 or 3 times a week a batch of letters, so they do transfer quickly, but sometimes it's the payments that does cause delays. If you've been more than 14 days since making your deposit and you're unsure what's going on, feel free to reach out to us and we can validate the status of your payment and determine if there's an issue with your provincial letters. So that's a brief overview for provincial attestation letters. So it does say twice a week. We have been doing approximately batches 3 times a week. So they have been sending out really quickly. Most of you who've already paid your deposits have probably already received your letters. So now I'm going to pass the slides to the immigration consultants that are here with us. These are certified immigration consultants who are experts in study permits. Alex?
Thanks, Terry. Hello, everyone. So my name is Alexandra, and I am one of the 5 immigration consultants and immigration advisors that work at InfoService with the university. So I'm happy to be here today to talk a little bit about what services we offer and the resources we offer, and then how to connect with us for your immigration questions. Am I able? Okay. So one important thing to keep in mind is that only accredited individuals can legally provide you with immigration advice. So it's going to be really important for you to make sure that when you're asking your immigration questions, how do I fill out this form? How do I apply for this? You're getting that advice from someone who is accredited to give you that advice. And this is to make sure that the information you get is accurate. We hate to see mistakes happen. So just make sure that you're getting advice from someone who is accredited to give you that advice. So we are a team of 5, and we offer our services to current international students at the University of Ottawa, and we continue to offer services for up to 90 days after you complete your program as well. And our advising services are limited to temporary residents. So we don't give advice on permanent residents, but if it's temporary residents, we're able to assist you. A couple key messages before I go on to our resources and how to connect with us. I would encourage you to apply for your study permit as soon as you receive your PAL. Do not delay the application. Processing times with IRCC, or Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, can be very, very long, longer than others in certain countries. So when you have your PAL and all the other documents you need for your study permit, of course, I would encourage you to submit that application as soon as possible. I would encourage you to consult our tutorials and our frequently asked questions and our other resources to help you prepare your study permit application, and most importantly, to reach out to us if you have any questions along the way. So how can you connect with us? So one of the easiest and fastest ways is to attend our weekly virtual drop-in sessions called SOS Immigration. So these are offered every week, and they alternate the date and the day of the week, and the time alternates every week. So we alternate between Thursdays at 10 a.m. Ottawa time to Wednesdays 1 p.m. Ottawa time. When you get the PowerPoint, you'll have the link and you'll see the full schedule. Right now, we have the schedule up until the end of this winter term, so until the end of April 2025. But rest assured, we will be continuing to offer the sessions over the summer as well. So towards the end of this term, you'll see the summer schedule appear on the website as well. So they're a great no appointment needed session, an opportunity for you to ask your questions directly to an immigration advisor and get answers in real time. So that's a great option. We also have an email address specifically for immigration questions. So the address is on the screen. All 5 of us have access to this inbox. So myself or one of my colleagues will be happy to help you with your questions in writing as well. And this is especially useful if your question is confidential. You don't feel comfortable asking it in a group setting because the SOS sessions are in group format. So if you prefer a more private way to ask your questions, email is the way to go. We also offer one-on-one advising appointments once you've started your studies at U Ottawa. So once you are here on campus, and something comes up, we could offer you a one-on-one session as well. So that is how to get in touch with us. We also have resources that you can consult. So our newest resource is our step-by-step instructions on applying for a study permit. So if you click on that, it brings you to our website, and we have very detailed instructions on the 2 application methods that are currently available to apply for a study permit. So I encourage you to check that out when you get this PowerPoint. We also have our immigration FAQs, which have a lot of questions that we get all the time from students. So odds are, if you have a question, it might have been asked before, so I would encourage you to check those. And finally, we have immigration tutorials as well on our YouTube playlist. So take a look at that as well. And then that's it for immigration, but our team at InfoService also manages your health insurance plan. So I did want to quickly mention it. So you will be covered with health insurance while you're here. It is similar coverage to what Ontario students receive in Canada, and you'll actually have a supplementary insurance as well. So you'll technically have 2 health insurances while you're here. So very covered. It is the UHIP team that will be able to support you with any questions you have about that process or about the coverage, or it will be the student association if you have questions about the supplemental insurance. So the email address to contact the UHIP team is on the screen, and then I gave you the link as well for the UHIP website, which again has a lot of frequently asked questions and a lot of good resources on there. And I don't want to take up too much time. I know there's another presenter, so I think I'll end it here. But we're excited to hear from you. Thanks, Terry.
Thank you, Alex. So another frequently asked question that we have is, when I start here in the fall, what are the options in terms of living here on campus? Unfortunately, Sarah's camera is not working, but we have Sarah from the housing team that's going to talk about the different housing options that are available to our students.
Hello, so my name is Sarah and I work with the housing team and the U Ottawa Card Services. So what we do, so we have the residents at U Ottawa. So the housing assignment team is responsible for assigning students and residents. You can submit an application in your housing portal through your UOZone account. So the applications for next year are open for students. And if you're also thinking about living on campus right now, if you're a student, you can also submit an application for the rest of the winter term. We send offers on a first come, first serve basis. So it's really important once you're accepted at the university that you can submit a housing application, so you have more chances to get a room in residence. 45-man residence is reserved for upper year students. So we do have a lot of housing options that are available with flexible agreement lengths. For example, 45-man is a 12-month agreement residence. We also have the 8 months and 4 months. So you can put this in your application if you just want an 8-month or a 4-month agreement. So if you're interested in living in residence, you can watch our video on how to apply for residence. You can also look in our website for more information. So we also do off-campus, and it's mostly customer service. So we welcome and advise students, their parents, and landlord. You can talk to us through the virtual line. You just have to click the link, and you can also book an appointment in person with us. We're located at the 9U Residence Room 145. We guide students in finding accommodation according to their needs, so on campus and off campus, and we manage the student replacement request program while promoting the student housing billboard. We also work with the international office to support international students. We answer incoming emails, and our email address is offcamp@uottawa.ca. You can also reach us through the phone number. It's 613-562-5885. And our student housing billboard help minimize scams because landlords have to pay to post an ad. So for example, if they're willing to rent you a property without meeting or doing a background check on you, it's probably a scam. Or if they're sending you links within emails that send you to website asking for personal and or financial information, you should maybe delete that email. You can also find more information on our page called Housing Scams. So this is what our student housing billboard looks like. So the first step would be to select the off-campus accommodation at the top. The step 2 would be to select a zone. So the zones are numbered from 1 to 8 and extend, with 1 being the closest to the campus and 8 being the furthest away. Zone 8 is in the Gatineau area, and the zone 3 and 6 are the closest to the medical science campus. So you can follow the link called Know the Zones to see like a map of all the zones here where you want to live. You can also choose the accommodation type. So there are 4 types to choose from. The bedroom option is only best if you are comfortable with living with roommates who you may not have met before sharing a space. Step 4 would be to select a rental type. So there's 3 different rental types: the lease, monthly, or sublet. The rental type you choose depends on you. If you do not plan to stay on a certain address for too long, or you're unsure of the length of your stay, monthly may suit you best. If you're a steady or long-term plan, the lease may fit your needs best. So step 5 and 6, you have to select the minimum and the maximum monthly rent. It is easier to leave the minimum rent at 0 and put the maximum at the absolute highest you would be willing to pay. This way, you'll be able to see all accommodation available within your budget. So once you select everything that you need, you can see that those are the ads that landlords post. And then if you select your ad, you can see all the information of the landlord and you can contact them directly. So this is what an average monthly rent in the Ottawa-Gatineau area looks like for apartments. And those are some links that you can use to help you find off-campus accommodation. And again, you can find us at the 9EU University Private Room 143. And this is our phone number. And our email address for residents is residents@uottawa.ca.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you. Thank you. I know for a lot of people, a lot of this information is a lot of information, but we've been getting a lot of these questions. And the key thing for us is, first off, is to let you know that these services exist. You might not be needing some of these answers now, but at least you'll be like, oh, I remember being at this presentation, and then I can look back and refer to this presentation to find who to contact. we are a big university, and the luxury that comes with it is we have so many amazing resources to help you in your transition here in the fall. So, and if you can't find a specific answer or specific service, again, reach out to us. The other aspect is each department, each program has its own department as well that has a staff that's there to support you as well. They have the more direct knowledge of which courses are being offered, how to support you in terms of your registrations. So we have a list of the various email addresses for the various departments, and they're a key resource for you in the months to come, and they'll be at your side for the start of your academic careers in the fall. So please take note, and if you have questions that are more academic in nature at this point, please reach out to them, and they're there to help you, and they're there to make your transition as smoothly as possible. As it stands for admission questions, it would be through the Graduate Studies Office for now, but anything later on, it will be with your department, and it's important to get to know them as soon as possible. Like I said, if there's ever any questions, don't reach out to us. One of the things that we highly encourage you to take a look at is get to know our city. This city is such a beautiful city. There's so much opportunities in the city, both just career-wise and development-wise, with the city of Ottawa being located right downtown, right near all these government organizations and private organizations. There's so much opportunities. There's so many cultural opportunities. There's so many recreational activities. Right now, it's a little bit snowy and icy outside, and our offices typically look out onto the Rideau Canal. Well, not typically, it always does. It looks out on the Rideau Canal, which is like a world recognized site of just the longest skating rink in the world. And I prefer it for its beaver tails as well, which is the greatest pastry that you'll ever taste. So I highly encourage you when you're in Ottawa to maybe do the exercise part and go down skating the canal, but also more importantly, try the beaver tails. So we have a few resources here that lets you understand the city as well. So we have the great Rideau Center that's just literally a few steps away from our campus. The Byward Market, which is just a beautiful part of downtown with great shops and stuff. We are like a hop, skip, and a jump away from Parliament Hill. There's just so much this city has to offer. We have two links in here with some videos, one from the City of Ottawa and one from Tourism Ottawa. I highly encourage it. I assume you know a little bit about Ottawa because you applied here at the University of Ottawa, but the city has so much to offer, and I encourage you to look at these resources and stuff. I realize we're coming close to the time limit here. If there's any questions or anything like that, don't hesitate to reach out to us. I can take a few questions. I could take a look at the chat, but we're really excited that you've chosen U Ottawa to apply here. We have a lot to offer, and we're really looking forward to seeing you in the fall. And just let us know if there's anything that we can assist you with in the upcoming months. So I'll take a look if there's any questions. And
so I hope you got a lot. So I hope you had a lot of information that was really useful for you. And as Terry said, you can now contact the various people you need to talk to, whether it's academic, whether it's housing, immigration, and all those kinds of things. But really, I'm glad that you were part of this meeting, and hopefully we've been useful for you. Take care.
Thank you, everybody. I don't see any questions. So like I said, we will be sending the presentation in the upcoming days, including the recording and the PowerPoints. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.